Welcome to High Five Fitness. I've got Eva with me tonight.
Yes, thank you, Denet. I'm very honored to be on High Five Fitness. I will actually be the guest host this evening, and I wanted to congratulate you on your 15th episode of High Five Fitness. And I just kind of wanted to take this time to I wanted everyone to get to know Denet. You come up with all these videos, these workout videos, and we get to know a lot about the other athletes, but I think it's time that we get to know more about you. So I would love to ask you a couple of questions.
Well, I'm glad to have you here, and I look forward to having a nice discussion with you and giving you a chance to ask some questions.
Okay.
And for our viewers, we have not practiced the question, so I don't know what she's going to ask, but I'm really glad to have Eva on the show, and Eva is quite the accomplished athlete herself.
Thank you. All right, so to start this off, Denet, how long have you been working out for?
I actually started when I was 15 years old. I was into BMX racing. We'll show a video of that in a few minutes.
Okay.
I have a couple pictures I'll share with you. I don't know if you had a chance to look at those yet, but I wanted to get more muscular. I thought I was skinny. I was skinny as a kid, and I was always a lean gainer looking to put on some size and wanted to gain some mass, so I started lifting when I was about 15 years old.
Wow, I would not have guessed that. By looking at all your trophies, I would never have guessed that you were a lean kid. So this year you started competing in bodybuilding.
Yeah.
What was it that inspired you and motivated you to begin your fitness journey into bodybuilding?
Actually, so originally I had this idea when I was 20, in my late 20s, that I'd do some photos and maybe a little competition when I was 30. So I did this non-sanctioned. It was in the South. I think it was in the San Jose College. It wasn't really a very big bodybuilding show. It was this tiny little local show, and I didn't really know what I was doing, but I did that. And the whole time I thought, okay, when I turn 40, I'll do a big show. Well, I turned 40. Life was busy, I was tied up with other things, and I didn't do it. So then we kept thinking about, I really wanted to do that. It's just this big thing on my bucket list. So when I turned 41, I finally got into the shows and made up for missing my 40th.
Oh, you missed your 40th.
I missed my 40th, but I came back at 41.
Okay, awesome. What was your first show? Was it this year? Did you begin this year?
The San Jose show.
Mm-hmm.
So,
and that was in June.
Yeah, I have
year.
one of the trophies here. I took 5th there.
You took 5th in. Okay, awesome. And just so everyone knows, it's so hard to crack the top 5. So congratulations on your first show, cracking top 5 in bodybuilding.
Well,
that's amazing.
Well, thank you. It really was a big accomplishment, and it's like I had all this all these emotions and you get this adrenaline pump, and it's like this milestone in your life that you've just gotten up there and you finally accomplished, and now you feel like, okay, I got through it and I got a trophy. It's just the most wonderful feeling.
And for bodybuilding, so the show is in June. How long in advance did you have to prep yourself to be ready, to be show ready?
I should have taken even longer. I probably waited longer than I should, but I spent probably 3 months out. I committed to it about 3 months out and started cleaning up my diet, adding in more cardio, and getting more and more serious, and kind of ramped it up as time went on and practiced posing, but I didn't get my posing as good as I should have.
Okay, and so they call it competition prep, and competition prep typically takes about 12 weeks, depending on the state, of course, where you are. Typically takes about 12 weeks. So can you tell me a little bit about, because I'm a bikini competitor, I have absolutely no idea what bodybuilding athletes, what the bodybuilding competitors end up doing. So can you tell me a little bit about what bodybuilding prep looks like?
Well, part of the prep that's really different, you've got 7 mandatory poses that you have to learn. And bodybuilding, and bikini too, they're really weird sports. I can't think of any other sports in the world where you train and spend all your time training and then you compete in something totally different. So, like we work out, we're pushing weights all the time, but then suddenly when you're on stage, you're posing, and it's completely different to go through these posing routines from what you do in the normal gym, and you're workout. So part of the prep is training, and I could just feel the neurological pathways. I mean, my body's not used to holding some positions. And it was a whole learning experience for me to try to get my body ready to go into the positions and the transitions. So that was probably one of the harder parts for me. Otherwise, it was really cleaning up the diet, getting in more and more cardio, and getting my workouts spot on, and keeping track of the macros and the numbers.
Okay, and so for your first competition, did you actually hire on a coach?
Yeah, I had a coach helping me primarily with posing, though.
And what is the purpose of having, because there's so many people out there who have no idea that they need a coach, or people actually hire coaches for these competitions, but what is a coach, and what's the benefits of having one?
Well, a coach helps in a lot of aspects. The coach that I had really, with posing, is something that you can't just look in the mirror and get it right. You have to have someone show you how to hold your body and how to position it. And that's the area I really needed the most help in. And diet, I probably should have followed someone, but I know enough about dieting and how my body reacts that I try to think I'm smarter than the coach on that. So it's a challenge for me to focus and to really listen to someone. If I want to go more serious in the future, I'll need to follow the diet from a coach as well. But for my first few shows, I kind of did my own training, my own diet, and followed someone to help me on posing and the routines.
Okay, awesome. And the show after San Jose was San Francisco.
Yeah, that was such a fun show.
Great show.
Oh, I had a great time there.
And so Muscle Sport Productions, they did such an excellent job about capturing all the photos and the pictures. Steve O'Brien, all the
I thought that was a really well-run event, and I'm biased because I took away 3 trophies, and I was so happy with that. And being backstage and seeing you win first there, I mean, that was just, I had such an adrenaline rush and was having so much fun there. I love that show.
Such
that
a great show. And so something that was very interesting, which I've never seen before, and I think it was actually a huge shocker for everybody, is that you had competed not only in the bodybuilding division, but you crossed over and went into physique. And that's 2 completely different preps, 2 almost different bodies. And so can you tell me a little bit about that prep and why?
It was a learning experience, and it is 2 different preps. So the difference on those preps for a physique, you really want to come in lean, not overly muscular, and you have to have a completely different style of posing. For bodybuilding, you obviously want to have a good pump and be more muscular. People looked at me, and a lot of them said I probably am more naturally into physique, but then some said no, bodybuilding. So I thought I'll let the judges see where I should be, and I'll try them both. But in retrospect, I had fun, I really enjoyed it, but I didn't really have the ability to focus and nail into the posing on either one as much as I should have.
Yeah, well,
you know, if we could share with the audience your video of when you
I would love that.
were competing on the bikini there.
Absolutely.
I think they'd enjoy seeing you, and congratulations again on taking first.
Thank you.
If we could roll that tape.
All right, Jen, come on, here we go. Ladies, I am going to now call out our winners from 5 down to 1. So when you hear your name called, go to the number that I call you out to go to. In 5th place is Marcela Simpaco. In 4th place, Catherine Alcantara. Third place, we have Crystal Corona. In 2nd place is Sharon Macarega-Cheta. The winner of our Bikini Open A class is Eva Castillo. Thank you, ladies, and thank you, everybody. Congratulations.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
That was so awesome.
That was a great show to do. That was actually my second show.
Yeah.
My first show was Contra Costa. That was in May. It was in May. I had placed first my first show.
So you did 2 shows and placed first in both.
Yes, I did. My second show was actually the San Jose that you did. I had placed 5th. And so one thing that people don't understand is every contest prep that you do, your body will respond differently. So you can't actually have the same plan. Your body just doesn't respond to the same foods or the exercises. So it was a trial and error. So then my third show, that was the San Francisco.
So you did something different on that show.
I did, and I went back to the first place, and I was super excited. And so
well, I was super excited being backstage, getting to watch you. That was really an awesome show.
That was a great show. And so I think my plan now is just kind of take a little break, go back on the contest prep. I'm hoping maybe in January or February and kind of get prepped for. I think they have another, Muscle Sport is putting on another show in February.
Oh.
Which I highly recommend you do. Clearly, your track record is amazing. So
I have been having a lot of fun with the shows, and I mean, don't you feel like you're just through such a huge accomplishment? You have to control so many different areas of your life and really have it cued in so that you can go there and compete at the show.
Absolutely.
In some ways, it's a really challenging sport.
So what are your fitness goals for 2014? I mean, we're kind of ramping up the year now. The shows have died down. So what do you have planned?
I need to gain a little mass on my legs, and I need to learn how to pose better. So those will be some things that I need to come back with for next year.
Okay. And so aside from bodybuilding off season, I understand that you kind of do something like a CrossFit style, or what do you do aside from bodybuilding?
Yeah, I got into doing some sort of Olympic lifting and a little bit of CrossFit style for a while. There's a video we have. If you want to see some pictures, you can tease me about.
I would absolutely love to see some photos of Denet, past Denet. Would love it.
Okay, well, don't laugh too much and don't tease me too much, but let's go ahead and watch the roll-in, if we could play that video. Yeah, so you can see it when I was into BMX racing as a kid, and I was pretty skinny back then, so.
Well, look at you now.
Well, thank you.
Wow, that was amazing. So I saw that it actually chronicled your competition history this year.
Yeah, I put in some photos from the different comps there, and you could see when I got into the physique show there and both bodybuilding.
And so just curious, next year, do you plan on crossing over and doing physique again, you think, or are you just going to stick to bodybuilding?
I will stick to bodybuilding unless I'm going to do just one. So I'll either really, really work on my posing and dial in and go hardcore in physique, or else try to gain some mass and come back and see how I can do in bodybuilding. Right now, I'm leaning towards the bodybuilding side.
Okay, and there's a ton of competitors who reach out and say, hey, you know what, I think I want to try this, or not competitors, but athletes. Hey, I want to maybe try competing in the NPC, which is the federation that you compete in. What advice would you give to somebody?
You know, I have to tell you, Eva, I go to the gym, and I've been one of these guys. You're there, you're working out, you love the sport, you're passionate about it, you read the magazines, you take some different supplements, protein powders, and it's part of your life, and you keep thinking, I'm going to compete. I go there, and there's so many guys, and they say, I'm going to compete. And then the competition comes, and who actually goes? So a real quick story, for my first show, I was training in this gym, and there were three of us. We were all going to go, and of the 3 guys, I was probably the least experienced, and the other 2 were coming in considerably better. But then right before the show, something happened, and neither of them could make it, and I made it. And I just felt such an accomplishment that I went there, and I actually got to the show, got my trophy. I mean, I competed and got a trophy. So it's a huge milestone. It's like, if you go 90% of the distance, why not go the last 10%? Get up there and really teach your body and learn what it's like to really compete. So I hope I can get more people up there on stage, because there's so many guys that are going 80, 90% of the distance, but they shy from that last 10%. And I think it really just helps you overall in life. Well, if you can get in there and control your life and have that many aspects of your life where you can control your meals and all your workouts and get up there and compete, it's just an awesome thing.
Yeah, absolutely. So, Denet, if there's anything I met you a little bit after San Jose, but if there's one thing I learned about you, you're all about just going with it, having fun with it. And I mean, the last 2 shows, you decided to do it within 2 weeks of the actual show time. And so that's how much I know that you love fitness and just living life and
I did kind of rush to the last minute, so even for me, getting that final commitment, yes, I'm going to sign up, I'm going to do it. I procrastinated too long, and at the end, I was just so happy that I went up there and did it. And next year, my goal was to plan it 12 weeks out so I can really hone in and come in getting everything in better shape and better order.
So I think what I'd like to do now is actually play a clip of your bodybuilding routine. So if we can.
If I could just tell the viewers, I've never seen this yet, so this will be kind of fun to watch.
Now, the next class of masters men, these gentlemen are all 40 years and older. First out to do his routine is Denet Lewis.
Right, that was amazing. That was definitely, I know from backstage and from the audience that was actually a crowd favorite, that routine.
Well,
so congratulations.
Thank you. And now you know where the music comes from.
Yes.
I don't know if anyone put the dots together. That's my theme song that I use.
Yeah.
So, it was a lot of fun. But I heard you guys wanted some pointers on the push-ups.
So one of the things that everyone absolutely loved from the audience was actually that push-up, what they call the flying squirrel. And so I think it would be an awesome thing to do is to teach the viewers and us how to do a flying squirrel.
Well, I'd love to, but first we need to warm our shoulders up. And so Ryan, you have some exercises and some warm-ups you could take us through to get our shoulders lubed up and ready for that?
Absolutely. So, like with any time you get ready to work out, just to warm up the muscles that you're about to use, right? So we're gonna focus on the chest, shoulders, and back, and the triceps a little bit. So first, I'd like to just go arms forward, arm circles. You could either do both arms at once, or you could do one arm at a time, about 10 ones, and then we reverse it. to go backwards. Again, you could do both at the same time. You could do one at a time, whichever one you like. All right, about 10 times. Now we're going to take the left arm and go across our body. This will stretch our tricep a little bit, as well as our back and shoulder. Yeah, this one always feels really good. This is one of my favorites. Even in the morning when you wake up, this feels good. Now we'll switch, right arm across the body. All right. Okay, now the next one we're gonna do is get the back a little bit. So we're gonna cross our arms in front, put our hands together, and just kind of pull our arms together, and you'll feel the stretch across your back and between your shoulder blades. All right, so you hold it about 10 seconds or so until you feel, until it feels good. And then next we're gonna go arms behind the back. We're gonna clasp our hands together. And then we're just gonna pull our shoulders back. And what this does is it gets a good stretch across your chest. Also working in the front of your deltoids. And, all right. And then just kind of shake it out. Arms in front, you know, and I think we're ready.
All right.
Okay.
Great. Let's get a little music going, and if we have anything queued up in the studio, that would be great. Meanwhile, let's go down.
Okay.
Let's start with a modified push-up. For this, let's go on our knees. Let's be on our knees and just do a modified push-up. So let's do 5 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now the next progression, so I'm gonna take you through a progression. Each one's gonna get a little bit harder. Let's go ahead and do a regular push-up. So we go up on our toes. Let's do 5 of those. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, I'll give you guys a quick break. Maybe, I like to roll my hands and warm up my wrist even a little more.
You think push-ups would get easier? They don't.
They don't. It's probably easier just to go into the flying squirrel, but I want to teach you the progressions here. So the next one we'll do will be a clapping push-up. And if you want to do the modified, I guess you could do it on your knees or just do a regular push-up. Let's just do a couple of these instead of 5 because we'll save some energy for the end. So we're going to go down, then come up and clap. To work on getting synchronized. Okay, so the next version, it's the first for the flying squirrels. You come down, then you're gonna put your hands up instead. Keep your toes on the ground, but instead of clapping, you're gonna put your arms up and in front of you. So it should look like this. You're gonna just come down and then up and throw your hands out. Make sure you get them back quick because you wanna land on your hands. Good.
The first time.
So
Nice.
try that again. Good job. And now let's try pumping your feet up just a little bit. You can leave your hands down for the first round. So just come up, tap your feet up. Good. So after that, let's put the 2 together. We're gonna come up just a little bit with your feet up. So it should look like this. So come down and then push up. Great. Having fun yet?
Got a
I know
little
the
height.
hard part's coming.
You wanna get a good bit
Yeah.
of height because the next one is actually the flying squirrel. So let's go ahead and who wants to try it with me?
I'll try it.
I think Ryan looks amazing.
Ryan, you want me to?
First time trying.
I'll demo and do a couple,
All right.
and then you can give it a try. So you want to throw your feet and up as hard, and your hands as high as you can. So it should look like this when you do it. Gonna come down and then. So.
There you go. Way to commit, Ryan.
Nice, Ryan.
It's not as pretty as yours, Denet, but
You'll get there. Good job on getting those down for the first time. Any other takers?
No, I think I will have to learn. You have to teach me a little bit more, and now find a way to incorporate that in my bikini routine.
You have the bikini routine down already. I don't think you need that. You want to show a couple of your moves?
Probably not.
All right, do you want to do, we've got like a minute to stretch here. And
sure, we'll just kind of go through the same thing that we did before. We'll skip the first part, but just arms across the chest. This is a really good part to cool down. You can do the same stretches you did when you were warming up.
For our viewers now, you've done your own competing, haven't you?
I had my first 2 shows this year.
And how'd you do?
I got first place in my first one and 4th in the San Francisco, or I mean the Sacramento show.
All right, that was a tough one, wasn't it?
It was a tough one, but you know, like you guys were talking about earlier, I didn't want to just go 90% of the way. I wanted to try going 100%.
Don't you feel good after you got up there and really did the comp?
Yeah.
I mean, it's such a big milestone and accomplishment.
Yeah, just to go the whole way, just kind of test myself and challenge myself, and
for sure,
you know, just see how I do.
Yeah, and really, it forces you to grow and to get out of your comfort zone.
Right. Arms behind the back. Yeah, I don't know if anybody knows, but Eva Castillo was the one who inspired me to start my bodybuilding journey this year too.
Thank you.
So thank you.
So I think, Denet, again, thank you so much for having me as your guest host. And I hope,
well, thank you for coming on the show. It's great, and thank you for interviewing me. That was a lot of fun.
An honor.
Also, thanks for leading us on the show, Ryan. It was great.
Thank you for having us.
All right, let's high five.
All right. Good job, you guys.
Keep up the workouts. Keep up the motivation, everyone. Go out there, give a competition a try if you haven't. See if you can push yourself. Take yourself to the next level. And then you can see Eva up there doing her bikini, and really just grow as a person. Push yourself to become all that you can, and just go out of your comfort zone and give it a try. Let's do another high five.
All right.
Yeah.
Good job, you guys.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you. It's a fun show. It's good having you here. You gonna try those push-ups more?